Okay, this is the retest for quiz 11. So number one says, what is the approximate volume of the cylinder? Okay, so the best thing to do is to use this strategy: draw, label, formula, plug in, solve. All right, so since it's a cylinder, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a very simple cylinder just like this. You don't have to be an artist. And then we're going to label. The diameter is 4 centimeters. Remember, we never use diameter. So if we divide 4 into 2, the radius will be 2 centimeters. Now the height is 3.6 centimeters. Okay. All right. So next, we're going to go ahead and get the formula. Remember, always check the formula first. It's found right here. We're going with cylinder and big BH. So back over here, big BH. Remember that big B is area of the base, the shape of the base. That's why we have this big B. It is a circle, so we're going to use pi r squared. So we're going to change big B to pi r squared times height. All right, ready to plug in. We're going to go to pi, and then radius is 2 to the second, and we're going to multiply that by 3.6. All right, so we're going to use our calculator. Okay, so it was second pi, and then we're going to go times 2 to the second times 3.6, which gives us 45.2. So back over here, 45.2. And if we look at our answer, the best answer is 45. All right. Number 2, determine the volume of the cone. All right. So again, draw, label, formula, plug in, solve. Draw's done. Now we're ready to label. As you can see, this right here is a half of a line. It's not going across. So that makes this 20 the radius and 24 the height. Okay. We go to our formula chart, look for volume of a cone. It is 1/3 big BH. So we'll write that formula down. V equals 1/3 big BH. Remember that big B, we're going to replace that because the base, the shape of the base is a circle. So we're going to put pi r squared h. That's what this is. All right, we're ready to plug in. So we're going to go 1/3 pi. The radius is 20 squared times, I forgot, let me put all that down, times 24. Okay, so let's go to our calculator. 1/3. So we're going to go, the easiest way is to put 1 divide 3, second pi, and then it was, I forgot, 20 squared times 20. All right, times 20 squared times 24. All right, press enter. We get 1,000 or 10,053. All right, V equals to 10,053, which comes out to letter H. Okay. All right, let's go on to number 3. On number 3, it says the diameter of a soccer ball is 7 inches. What's the volume? Round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so draw, label, formula, plug in, solve. All right, so we're going to draw a circle, and it's just something that looks like this. All right, it does have a diameter of 7, so it goes across. So I'll just put it right here. Diameter is 7 inches. Now we have to divide that by 2 to get the radius. Okay, so definitely just use your calculator. 7 divided 2 comes out to 3.5. Okay, 3.5 inches. All right, so drawing is done, labeling is done. Now we're ready to do the formula. So the formula for volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r to the third power. Okay, so 4/3 pi r to the third power. So we're going to go 4/3 pi, and the radius is 3.5 to the third power. Okay, all multiplication. All right, so let's put that into the calculator. So we're going to do it real simple. We're going to go 4 divide 3 second pi, and then it was 3.5. And as you can see, I didn't put any multiplication, and that's going to be okay. And we're going to put that to the third power. Enter, and I get 179. So I look at my answers. Okay, I have two of them. There's 179 inches and zero point 0.6. Okay, I didn't pay attention to that. So what was it? All right, so it's 0.59. So that does round to 6. So it's letter B. All right, so be careful with that rounding so you don't get those wrong. Okay, cubic inches. All right, that's number 3. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4, okay, this one, I saw a lot of people getting this one right. Which expression can be used to find the volume of a cylinder? And as you guys can see, all you're doing is just this one, you just plug it in. You don't have to solve. So drawing's done. Labeling, okay, the 3 is your radius and the height is your 8. Formula, V equals big BH. And remember, we're replacing big B with pi r to the second. That's the area of a circle. And now just plug in. Let's see, pi times 3 to the second times 8. This is the answer. We match it. Make sure that we are doing everything correctly here. Okay. I can see some people dividing the 3 by 2 and then getting it all wrong, but it is letter H. All right, let's go on to number 5. We have a can of juice, 6 inches high, and its base has a diameter of 4 inches. What is the volume of the can? All right, here they didn't tell you what shape it is, but I think if you know, should not have a problem. The can is a cylinder. So I'm going to draw my cylinder. And now I'm ready to label. So the height, it says it's 6 inches high, and then it has a diameter of 4. Remember, we never deal with diameter. So the radius, just divide that by 2. It is 2 inches. We don't use this one. We're going to use these two right here. Formula, okay, again, if you need to, you always look to be sure. Volume of a cylinder, big BH. And in place of big B, we're using pi r squared. Okay, right here. All right, so V equals big BH. V equals pi r squared H. And we're ready to plug in. Pi, oops, right there. Let me just erase that. Okay, so right here, radius is 2 squared. Okay, times 6. All right, let's put that into the calculator. Let me clear that out. Okay, pi, and I think it was 2, correct? 2 squared times 6, okay. Times 2 squared times 6 will give you 75, so it looks like about 75.4. V equals 275.4. Okay, which is letter B. All right, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 says, which expression can be used to find the area of the base? Oh, look at this. Area of the base. We're not looking for volume, okay, of the volume of a cylinder. Okay, so remember, area of the base of this cylinder, okay, is pi r squared. Okay. Now, let's see. Which expression can be used to find big B in the volume? Okay, so it should be pi times 7 squared. But the way this is looking, I guess it's asked wrong. So it's not just, it should be saying find the volume, okay, which is, and then also multiply that by the height of 8.25. Okay, that was the radius and that's the height. All right, which one looks like this is actually letter G. Okay, so no one, I'm not sure if anybody asked about this one. Okay, so but this is what it is. We are looking for the volume in an expression. Okay, we're not solving this one. All right, let's go on to number 7. It says determine the volume of the cone. If necessary, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so we're going to find the volume of the cone. Draw, label, formula, plug in, solve. Drawing is done. Label. The 9, as you can see, it's the whole thing. So it is the diameter. We need the radius, and we divide that by 2. Always put that into your calculator. 9 divided by 2 gives you 4.5. So the radius is 4.5 and the height is 11. All right. The formula for volume of a cone is 1/3 big BH. Okay. Big B, remember we're replacing it by the formula for area of a circle, which is, and remember we find that right there. We're to look at circle and pi r squared. Okay. H. Big B will be this now. All right. So now we're ready to plug in. So 1/3 pi and then 4.5 squared times the height of 11. All right, let's go ahead and solve with the calculator. So it's going to be 1 divided by 3. Okay, second pi. And I always got to check to be sure. 4.5, 4.5 squared times 11. Let me make sure that's right. Also, yes. Times 11, press enter, and it's 233.3. We're going to be rounding. 233.3 meters cube. Letter, this one right here. Okay. All right, let's go to number 8. It says determine the volume of the sphere. Okay. Draw a label, formula, plug in, solve. Drawing's done. The 4 is your diameter, and the radius is 2 inches. Okay, remember to always look at your formula chart. For the formula to write it correctly, it is 4/3 pi r to the third power. Let's plug in 4/3 pi times 2 to the third power. Ready to solve. Okay, remember 4 divide 3. That's the easiest way. Second pi. And what was the 2/3? To the third power. 2 caret 3. So this one comes out to 33.5. Okay. Cubic inches, which is letter F. All right, let's go to number 9. Number 9, we want to find the volume of the cone. Okay. So once again, draw label formula, plug, solve. Drawing is done. Label. The 11.6 is your h, your height, and the radius is 10.5. Formula 1/3 big BH, right? Okay, always go back and check. And then we're going to replace big B with pi r to the second. And then it's 1/3 times 11.6 squared times 10.5. All right, let's put that into the calculator. You probably have to go back. That's a lot of numbers. So right here, let me clear it. 1 divide 3, second pi. We'll go back and check. 11.6 squared. Okay. Squared times 10.5. All right. Enter. We get 1,479.6 because the 5 is going to change. 1479. Let's see. 1479.6 cubic inches And whoa. Okay, so what happened? 10.5. Oh, oh my goodness. I put this in the wrong spot. Shame. Okay, let me fix that really fast. Ah, okay, so let me fix this. This is wrong. Oh my goodness. All right, so 10.5 squared. I put the numbers in the wrong spot. Of course, you're going to get the wrong answer. Be careful. That's my fault. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, but we're just redo it really fast. 1/3 and then pi. Y luego times 10.5 squared times 11.6. Enter. Now, okay, with totally different number there. So it's 1339.3. 1339.3 cubic inches. And it is letter B. All right. Be careful. Even the teacher makes mistakes. All right. That's my middle name, mistake. All right. Volume of a sphere. All right. So draw, label, formula, plug in, solve. Drawing is done. Labeling. That 5 is the diameter. Radius is 2.5. If you divide that by 2. Formula. Always check here. 4/3 pi r to the third power. Okay. V equals 4/3 pi. And then the radius is 2.5 to the third power. Okay, let's put that into the calculator. 4 divide 3, second pi. And let me make sure it is 2.5 to the third power. 2.5 caret 3. Enter. 65.4. Okay. 65.4 cubic inches, which is letter H. All right. Hopefully that helps.